It's that time of the year again. The time of the year that makes you wonder why you support your team. The time of the year that makes you think you can go out there and do it yourself. The roar of the crowd, the crunching of shoulder pads. It's time for football, fantasy football. Welcome to the 12-man fantasy football league that is Michael Vick's Dogpound. After having to watch the Texans lose yet another game that was so close in our favor, it was a sigh of relief for me to have beat Jacob in what was another David versus Goliath match for the Garden Hoses. With big points scored by Patterson, Palmer, and Koo, the Mexico Garden Hoses became 2-1. Let's not talk about how I benched a 30-point Devontae Smith. A fair matchup between Jerry and Hayden. Two 1-1 teams that needed a solid performance from their players in order to secure the W. Derek Carr and Chris Olave were the big performances for Jerry. A moment of silence for a 30-point Khalil Herbert sitting on the bench. At this point, it's starting to get sad to see Yusuf lose. He needs to get a win. It did not help that he was matched up against the Dogs of CNET that had the highest scoring team this week with 147 points. Big Daddy Lamar Jackson carried with his 40-point game, along with Mark Andrews and his 29-point game. Let us all bow our heads and pray that Yusuf can get a win soon. Amen. Another day passes and another day where we all hate Aiden. I don't think anyone would expect Jalen Hurts of all people to drop a 27-point game. He did have Zay Jones on his bench with a 24.5-point game, but the performance by Hurts was one of the big reasons Aiden was able to walk away with a win against Jake. A moment of silence for a 70-point week for Hugh Janus. A moment of silence for Oham's third leg. Also another moment of silence for Caden's bench. Another loss for Matt and another dominating performance from Caden. We can only hope that Matt gets a win soon and that Caden doesn't get any hurt players, because with that bench, he's doomed. If there was a game that everyone was looking forward to, it was this one. A battle of the only two undefeated teams left in the league. As much as I hate to say it, Cole got himself a convincing win against Eric with Burrow and Singletary leading the points. Let's not forget that Eric had his own team shine, with 3 of his starters getting more than 16 points. A great effort that was just short. How much longer can Cole remain perfect? The same fate that has cursed Yusuf has also had Pedro in the same boat. While it was a mediocre performance at best from Brady, it's just sad to see Pedro without any wins. What's worse about the loss is that he benched 2 players that got 20 points. What could have been for Pedro and Team